Hello. Good evening, everyone. This is Joseph Strong. I'm just so glad that you guys are watching tonight. This is episode 2 of I'm Saved, I'm Sanctified, and I'm Single. Hopefully, you guys had a wonderful time watching us last time. Excuse my phone, Lord have mercy. We're going to put that down. But listen, what I want you to do right now is I want you to start sharing this video. I need you to start sharing this video. I need you to start creating watch parties. I need you to tag people. Listen, we are going to have a fun time tonight. And I'm excited about all of these people that I have tonight that are going to be sharing their stories. Most importantly, they're going to be giving different perspectives when it comes to this topic of tonight about shooting your shot. So it's about to get real. It's about to get raw. It's about to get relevant. So I want to introduce my guests. Some of you already know from last episode. And then we have a new guest. And so I'm excited just to share with them. So first one I want to give, and I want to give them in order. Miss Kayla, y'all remember her from last week?
Hi, everybody.
Yes, and then y'all remember Brianna?
Hey.
And then my LB, Pastor, Reverend Doctor.
Lord have mercy. What's going on, fam?
And now I want to introduce this new guest that's on to our episode tonight. She is from Youngstown, Ohio. She's studying at Princeton, the great Princeton, the established Princeton Theological Seminary. Miss Kristen Joy.
Hello.
Right.
It's my best friend, y'all.
Oh my.
All right.
Oh my.
Listen, as you know, tonight we are talking about shooting your shot. So I got a confession to make, y'all.
Oh Lord.
So,
straight out the gate.
Something happened this weekend, and it really perturbed my spirit. I don't know why.
Turned.
I got this DM from this woman by the name of Herlina. We're just gonna say Herlina.
We're gonna just say Herlina. So Herlina ain't her name.
We're gonna say Herlina on tonight.
Is that her government name?
Listen, we're gonna say Herlina.
Oh, man. We're
There's
gonna just say
a lot of Herlinas
Herlina.
in the world. I don't know if it's a lot, but it's Herlina. So
I'm gonna make sure I look this Herlina up.
Basically, she says, "Hello, handsome man. How are you doing there? Am glad to meet you there, handsome man." You know, this perturbed my spirit so much. It really did.
Is she from here?
I don't know who this person is. Then number 2, let me just ask y'all.
Make it plain.
Have y'all gotten stuff like this before in y'all DMs? I mean,
Don't
before
nobody
we get
want
started,
me.
have y'all?
Let's see if I can get situated here. I think this is gonna be a long night.
Not
I
from
think
like
Kayla's talking.
y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I said
I
not.
can't hear you.
I said not from a complete stranger.
Not from a stranger?
Like,
oh, Lord.
Oh, I can't hear her. What she said?
She said
She
she
said
didn't get
not
it from a complete stranger.
Oh, okay.
All
Lord have
right.
mercy. So what about y'all? Y'all ain't never got no DM from a complete stranger?
Spam?
Y'all ain't never had no call them handsome or pretty or beautiful?
I will hope they didn't call me handsome, but
I pray too. If they did, we all in trouble.
I get DMs. I don't answer them.
you don't answer your DMs, Brianna?
Are you?
I don't have time for that mess. That spirit.
I think
Mercy.
I don't friend people who I don't know, like on social
Well,
media.
if your page is open, you don't have to make them a friend. They can just slide in.
Yeah, my pages are private.
Oh
Mhm.
my
Oh,
Lord!
my.
God, my God, what a
Oh
blessing!
Lord! Oh Lord! Oh Lord! Master.
what about you, Chris? Who been in the DM?
I've had some catastrophic DMs at times. I've gotten some catastrophic emails as well.
Emails.
Email? Don't about email.
Yeah.
That's professional.
Back at
Yeah.
I was when I was serving in my first assignment back in Nashville. I was serving in the capacity of the college ministry, and so we broadcasted my email for the best way to contact me, and we were greeted with some things in the original inbox, and so that was some challenges, and it was kind of awkward as well. But hey, I think all of us get DMs.
So how do
They control.
you respond to?
From strangers,
Well,
though? You got DMs from strangers?
I mean, when you think of the capacity of which we serve, everyone's a stranger until you say hello. And I said this last
That's
week. I think
smooth.
I said it even in private that we are the most antisocial people on social media. Social media is that first meet and greet. So I think we should do away with the whole terminology of stranger, because I've made many friends on social media. Can't you agree, Kayla?
Hallelujah.
No, we friends. Now,
And I met her on social media. So I mean,
but we also have a lot of mutual friends. That was awkward.
but so we putting guidelines on what strangers are now? Like, come
What she
on.
said? What she said?
Kayla,
So-
go out and come back in.
So let me ask you this then. So does that mean, okay, so for the saints, so most of us got mutuals when it comes to strangers. So does that make it okay if we got mutual people to slide into somebody's DMs? Or, you know, you're talking about, since we all saved and we got a lot of saved friends that are in ministry or outside of ministry, would you accept it if somebody had mutuals and they slid in your DMs and shot their shot?
It depends on how you're shooting your shot.
That.
If you're gonna get a response, it depends on how you come at me.
And I think that
So
pushes the
let me
notion
ask
of
you
what
this,
is the correct way to come.
What should they say? So what if I say, "What's up"?
What's up? What?
Right. That's fine to an extent.
We not homies, but what's up? Like,
Yeah, like what's
Well, let's ask
how
her
I'm
a question.
doing?
What would you prefer? What would you prefer? What would you
Not
prefer?
creepiness. People,
Yeah,
dudes
don't
are
be
creepy.
creepy.
They're creepy.
Like, you know who you look like? My future wife. Like,
Oh, come on.
wow.
You know what? Heaven. I got one for you. Heaven. I know heaven is mad because they didn't lost an angel.
I said, and you've lost
Oh.
my attention. So we're on to the next.
gotta go.
Oh my God. Mercy.
Man,
Mercy.
So what is a good pickup line? I guess. Let me just
Don't use my
ask.
pickup line. We too old for that. This ain't Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Just talk.
That's fair.
Wait a
You
minute.
don't
Did she
have
say
to-
this ain't the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Oh,
You don't have to have
mercy.
no extravagant pickup line. You just don't be disrespectful.
That.
Know how to have a
Hold on a
conversation.
second. I got another guest
Know how to have
coming on. I got another guest because we got to make this balance. My good
Another
friend,
guest.
Brother Kofi.
Hello.
What's up, man?
Hi.
What's up, man? How you
What's
doing?
up, bud?
What's up?
What's up, man?
Good.
Man,
Welcome.
No, we
Y'all
talking
work.
about the DMs.
DM.
Yeah.
It's interesting. What's going
So
on?
we talking about
What's going on in DM?
pickup lines.
Oh, I got some pickup lines for y'all. If y'all want to do some Christian pickup lines now.
This is Fresh
Oh.
Prince, apparently.
I'm just playing.
Oh, here we go.
I got none. I'm just kidding.
Y'all write these down. Here we go.
All right, number one. Let's hear it.
So
I've
what's the
heard
worst
funny
pickup line?
funny pickup line. The worst one. A while ago, there was like some Christian pickup lines that were going on around the internet, and one of the ones I hate is called the dude says, "I put the stud in Bible study," and I'm like, that's.
He's that before. He's trying to cover it up.
But some people
Wait.
fall for that one.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
Yeah, you gotta say that again.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, you gotta run that by me one more time, because
I
what?
put the stud in Bible study.
What is a stud? When I think of a stud, it ain't godly.
Not that kind of stud.
Well, what's the good stud?
stud is like an attractive man, a manly man.
I don't.
So if
Mm-mm.
I'm a stud,
I've never heard that.
What generation says that?
That's a
What state they say
That's
that
new.
in?
it's not really a state. It's more like a generational thing. So that's
Really?
old.
I see
Yeah,
it.
old back in the day. You know, that's a stud,
I
studly man. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, so you're talking about our brothers and sisters from Europe.
Yeah, our cousins from here.
from where?
From Europe.
They told us
Europe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
amen.
Praise God.
Yeah, because we don't really say that.
I've never, when I heard stud,
I heard
Right.
wow.
Yeah.
not for glass.
Yeah. Now
Wow.
you thinking about some butches and some
Drinks
some
tea.
manly women.
Tea.
Yeah.
For real.
That's more manly than us sometimes. So that's what we
Yeah,
really
man.
think about nowadays. But
God loves everybody.
No, I've heard some
He
pretty
does.
bad ones.
So
What
what's,
I missed?
okay, so
What's the best one you
Y'all have some
heard?
horrible experiences in the DMs with pickup lines or something?
That just won't get you answered.
the funniest one that I had, somebody said they put a dog, like they put a dog, and then they came back and was like, my dog got lost.
See, I can't hear you in the middle.
You having a rough night.
Yeah, she's talking.
The
I know
audio.
she's saying something deep, but I can't hear anything. It's like she's on mute.
Kayla, do you know sign language?
Oh,
I know
No
that.
gang signs.
I know this.
Can y'all, everybody else,
I can hear you. I can hear you.
so it's not me, it's you, brother.
Coffee, go out and come back in.
All right.
What I was saying,
All right,
this
so,
he DM'd me
so
with a
here,
dog,
so
and he said, my dog got lost.
again, wait, what?
I owe you a drink for watching them for me.
Wait a minute. What?
yeah, you gotta say that again.
Wait, come on, repeat that. Repeat
So he
that.
messaged me, he sent me a
It's
message
making
for
my
dog,
stomach hurt.
and then he came back and said, my dog got lost the other year. And then he came back and said, I owe you a drink for watching them for me.
Oh, please.
That was
Please.
it's creative. You gotta let them know
What?
it's creative.
I thought that was funny.
I would have said this is horrible.
Oh, so you responded.
I said that was cute, but we didn't get no drink. But that was funny. I never seen that before.
You know what I would have said? I would have sent a voice message and say, "Boo!" Wouldn't hear that.
Try it.
I would have clicked that voice thing at the bottom and just held it. Boo! This is horrible. We want something new. Oh, I would have sent them a picture of a tomato.
So
How you
let me
doing?
ask you this. So what is the best social media platform? Is it Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook? What is the best for the
If
saints?
you
Let me ask
DM me
that.
on
What's
Snapchat,
the
I already know you're not of God.
I
If you hit me up on
That's fair.
Snapchat, I
That
know
is fair.
this is not going in a holy direction. And especially if you don't save messages, I know it's about to go down.
You trying to
You
see
know.
something.
You trying to see something that the Saints don't, and you don't want the Saints to know you seen it.
Uh-oh. You have a testimony.
Come on. I do.
There's no such thing as the best platform. I mean,
I think Facebook.
I prefer
is,
Instagram.
because you can check your receipts on Facebook.
I keep my
It
receipts
wasn't
on
the gospel of DJ Rye, I think that's his name, said Snapchat me that, you're not supposed to do that.
really,
You're not supposed to use Snapchat. You're supposed to use Instagram.
really.
Yeah. I think Instagram is me personally. If somebody's if I'm trying to figure out somebody, I'm on their Instagram or their Facebook because I want to see pictures. I'm a picture kind of person myself. Yeah, I
You
need to
can
know
date.
what you looking like.
And check.
Pictures be lying sometimes.
No, pictures only line when somebody taking pictures of the neck up.
No, they be having one good picture. That's how they get you in. And when
Yeah,
you scroll through the rest of them, and I be like,
and I hate pictures when they be like this.
You gotta go to the
Give me some neck down.
That sounds like another testimony.
Yeah, I don't like that.
right here with me.
Like, you ain't got no body pictures? No. Oh, they got too many cartoons. I can turn away.
Facebook, you can check other people they're connected to too, because they might not post everything, but mom's mom, they post everything.
Yeah. I go to the pictures they've been tagged in. That's how you know what's real.
I said,
Some of them be old though.
Yeah, I want to see what you look like back in the day.
You don't need to know what I look like in 2007.
I need to see your struggle to survival. I need to see all that. No, I need to see when you didn't know how to do your lashes, when you didn't know how to do brows. I need to know I need to see when your layout, when your leave out was bad. I need to see all that. I don't want to see now. I want to see then. I want to see when you got out that pool.
We all looking like that right now.
Yeah. No, not all of them, because I know some sisters that still put together. I know it's been some beauticians that's made some money. Okay, because these leave outs have not been that bad.
They ain't been left out.
No, they ain't been left out. And somebody got braids. I mean, let's look at them on here. She ain't had them blue braids before quarantine. Taylor, she always got new hair.
I can't tell y'all where I go.
And B, that ain't what I saw last week.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. And Joe, your haircut look a little fresh.
What's up with that hat, man?
Look. That webcam.
Man of God got on the hat. Man of God got on the hat. Preacher got on the hat tonight.
Now y'all be hat fishing too.
Yeah.
Yep.
What about Twitter?
It's real.
Wow.
That's a real thing.
Twitter's a wild
Catfish?
Pastor Moderator trying to ask you a question.
Oh, Pastor Moderator.
What you
You
said?
said what? I said for Kofi, how's Twitter? Because I know he's pretty big on Twitter. How wild can Twitter get? Because I know Twitter can have some.
Personally, my DMs aren't wild. They don't really come at me like that. But I will say that I have been confided in, and I've heard a lot of stories. It used to be like really bad. It might still be as bad because I don't hear as many stories, but I'm pretty sure it's still as bad. But Twitter is like the Wild West. It's like the Wild West of social media. Like anything goes. If you think Snapchat's bad, Twitter's probably worse. Like Twitter, you get everything, and it's bad. I know a lot of people they masquerade a lot and act like they are something that they're not, and they be in the DMs talking freaky, and yeah, it goes down the DMs like they used to say. So,
well, DMs on Twitter is fun. I'm just gonna be honest, because you can send all kind of crazy stuff. You can build friendship on Twitter like this.
And that's why it's wild though, because like it can go left really, really quick.
I'm trying to see something here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just got a comment from Miss Andrea LaShawn Walker. She said, "Child, the Saints start acting up in the DMs." Can y'all testify to that? Or
Adrian LaShawn Walker.
Yeah, ma'am, you are correct. You are correct.
Some of y'all pastors.
Ooh.
Wait a minute! Don't come for my calling now.
Be in the DM.
Hold up.
Yeah.
And tell me this.
Just saying.
You
So
know,
yeah, Saints is acting up.
Yes.
Oh, amen. Well, I think that people DM people that they believe will receive that DM.
Interesting.
Look, somebody comment pastors are the worst.
They are.
Who said
Pastors use scripture and back up, but they
They
don't.
said pastors are the worst.
Somebody said pastors are the worst.
What? No, she didn't say that.
They at the top.
Hold on. I have no.
First of all,
I'm sorry.
you know what gets me? No, we ain't gonna let up on this thing because I didn't got offended. Let me tell y'all something. It's quite amazing how they categorize people in spiritual leadership. But you let the right basketball players slip through their DMs. They be like, "Girl, you ain't gonna believe who did me. I can't believe he did that." But then you say somebody like a man of God and walk around with a bottle. My point exactly. But we ain't talking about NFL players tonight. But you want to talk about preaching? Pastors are the worst. Why are pastors the worst? Because they exploring love, and you look like somebody worth being explored.
That ain't what they exploring.
Right.
They not exploring love in them DMs.
You
Come on.
And
know,
also,
because
pastors
you
are held
ain't
to a
and get
higher standard.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
I
And they
understand all
not,
that. I
they
get,
not looking for love.
and
They
I
looking
get
for
all
night.
that. Just
There's
like
some pastors looking for something
They
else.
ain't looking for love. They not.
and there's some people,
You
and
meet
it's
me at
it's some folk that's taking care of the pastor.
Hold on. I'm legally blind.
So we don't
all
talk
those
about them.
comments. First off,
Is that another testimony?
First off,
No, it ain't a testimony, but I think it. I mean, if we go now, Joe, hold on. Now we out here now because I want to talk about it. It's
Well,
just
you make
funny.
you
We
feel better,
always
musicians
talking
are bad
about
too.
and we let's level the playing field. Deacons are bad. Musicians are trash. And
I ain't
them
never
are
had a
my
deacon
brothers and my sisters.
Deacons, listen.
Granddaddy Deacon ain't never seen in my DM.
Trustees are trash. The parking lot ministry trash.
Somebody said
The
everybody
parking lot
in the
ministry has nothing to do with the pastor. They are on two different levels completely
divine.
spiritually.
Come on,
Pastor.
What is Divine Bradley?
DMs mean Devil's Mansion because that's where he's staying.
Ooh, is
Get
he
up
a
out
With
of
a
here.
divine message.
That's his name, Devin Bradley, 6.
Preach,
Now, look, I'm
Devin.
so tired of y'all.
The devil.
These are divine messages, and it's just back in the day they were sending letters and sending doves. Now we got DMs. So what's up? Back in the day
this
we
is where
was.
the problem comes in.
What?
Now, if you
Come
are
on.
looking for a wife and you want to get to know me, that's cool. We ain't talking about that. They ain't sliding in your DMs for that. Because if you
don't know
want to talk to me
that.
when you saw me at Revival, you could have spoke.
Don't know
That's
that.
it.
What if they were shy? What if they
If
didn't
you
come?
message me at midnight,
What
Praise and
if
worship is over.
I couldn't? What if I couldn't
Nah,
message you because I was busy?
Never mind.
it depends on how you come at me.
Speak your mind, man of God.
There are do's and don'ts. If you come at
I'm
me
not
at
about
midnight talking some nonsense, that ain't what
Hey,
you
hold
look-
on.
Wait, hold
That ain't no
on.
divine message at midnight.
Joe, tell me this. As a pastor, are you up late?
I'm up late studying the word of God.
No, seriously.
Good
Wait,
answer.
Joe, I do believe you
And he ain't
because
DMing.
I'm up late, but our late night is a normal time.
Yes.
I work better in the middle of the night.
Well, then you can save that DM and message me in the morning.
Facts.
You know what? Y'all working
Well,
my
let
nerves.
me ask you this.
And you ain't talking about nothing.
What is your cutoff
Nothing
time?
at all.
Yeah, what is a cutoff time? When is the time for us not to be?
Is it 8 p.m. or is it 10 p.m.?
It's not midnight. I can tell you
PM.
that.
At 11 o'clock, don't ask me what I'm wearing because I'm wearing the full armor of God. I'm asleep. Don't talk to me. You're not talking. You ain't got nothing to talk about. What we talking about? You don't know me.
You wearing the full armor of God?
You don't know me. I don't know
The
you.
breastplate.
Friday night.
The garments.
Personally,
The sword.
I think that I know some people they have a time, but in my experience, it doesn't matter what time of day. If they're trying to be on some other stuff, they gonna hit you up at noon if they got to. I mean, but I know for some people they do have that time for themselves, and if you have that time, you should stick to that time. But in the grand scheme of things, it don't even matter what time they message you because if they're trying to get in them draws or something, they gonna hit you up at any time of day.
No.
I'm
not gonna.
Transparency.
Make it plain because that's what they trying to do. There's a difference.
No. I'm not gonna sit around for this. I'm not about to sit around with this. This is not God.
If my DMs like,
If the
hey,
shoe
how
fits,
are
man of
you?
God.
Maybe it's perspective.
What perspective?
We'll share your
This is
perspective.
experience that we're talking from.
because maybe because I don't want to discredit the brother or the sister that may be DMing in the late. Now I like playing devil's advocate. That may be DMing in the late hours. They probably just got off work. Maybe they are nocturnal. Maybe they work best at night. You cannot categorize everybody into the category that just because they DM'd you at 11 o'clock at night. To be very honest, and I mean this, I'm up late. So I have a best friend. Her name is Diamond. Literally, she knows. Call him at like 11 o'clock. I can sit on the phone at 11 o'clock. Mm-hmm. If you call me in the day, I can't do it.
Brianna,
pick me.
Brianna,
this is what y'all not understanding.
Talk.
I'm not talking about the time. I am talking about the message.
The content. That's it.
The content of your message is the problem.
Mercy.
Because if you messaging me and you like, hey, how you doing? You literally are trying to get to know me. That is different. But if you messaging me on trash, that is a problem.
Yep.
Lord, help your children to get married tonight. Help your children just to get married so we don't have to do all this
I'm
DMing.
up all times tonight too. You know, and like I said, it doesn't matter if that person's intent is to be sexual. It won't matter what time of the day they message you because they're always going to circle back to that.
Right.
But if they're just trying to be friends, then that'll be known too. But like I said, their intent will always be revealed in time. But it does not matter what time of the day or night.
I agree with you. I agree.
That's all I'm saying. It don't matter.
I agree.
So what type of
Pastor Moderator? Let's move on because he hurt.
Look, people, look, the people. Well, we got a comment from Miss Tamisha Mills. She said some of those DMs are not love letters.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen. Shout out to
T. But you know, yeah.
Dang,
It'd be the men of God. It'd be the men of God that are on trash.
Yeah.
They don't want to love you.
I want to love.
We all want love.
You can send her a love letter.
No, I said, I don't like love letters. Okay, I just don't like love letters.
Most men don't.
So let's talk to these women, Andrea and Tamisha. Let's see what type of DM do they want. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. What, Kayla? Because I'm just trying to get, because when somebody said pastors are the worst, I felt something going through my veins. I just,
Yeah, some came in my spirit.
There were no lies told.
You know what? Y'all don't know the Lord.
Let's show some of our DMs then.
Let's see them.
Yeah.
Let's see them.
Let's
play screen share.
It's all about how you come at it. It's all about how you do it and what you say. That's just, like we said.
I will just say this too. A lot of the times I'm speaking from experience, but I do know that even in person, like since pastors are held to a higher standard, people are more taken aback when they are acting out. And but I do know personally too that there has been a lot of pastors that have been involved with some stuff they shouldn't have been. And I mean that's common knowledge. But I think what amplifies people's perception of pastors is because they're supposed to represent God. And if they represent God, then they're dipping and swerving and doing all the other stuff, and then it's just going to be a bad reflection. And so, and
just like some of them praise and worship leaders.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't gonna be talking about my best friend.
I'm a new one. Don't nobody know me, so
I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about praise and worship leaders all together. The whole praise team being the pastors did.
That had a place for him. That had a place for him. That's all right.
Jesus.
Where is it, Christian?
Blessed Savior.
He's worthy. My testimony tonight.
So I gotta make a funny moment, and then we get serious about this. So I was thinking to myself, what we're talking about shooting shot in social media. So let's be honest. Some of the saints use Tinder. Let's be honest. It's called how it is. So can Tinder be used for good?
Yes.
Anything can be used for good if you use it right. But the point is, we don't use it right. How many love stories have you heard come out of Tinder? I met my husband on Tinder. We got married and lived happily ever after. How many stories have you heard like that?
Okay, so I know somebody that's been in a relationship for 3 years. I ain't married, but I'll give you 3 years.
How many stories, though, versus what you normally hear about Tinder?
About the same. I hear about the same. I mean, whenever I hear about Tinder, I hear success and I hear failures and I hear the same ratio just about on Twitter or on Facebook. I mean, it's about the same. And I think the stigma with online dating is kind of dying down. But I've heard so many different things. I know somebody that did get on Tinder because they believed that God was going to send them their man. and so they deleted their profile. I mean, I can't get mad at them for that. I'm like, hey, you do what you do. If that's your conviction, go for it. But I mean, some people have that. I mean, that goes into something entirely different. I don't want to get into that part. That's just part of the conversation. But I mean, yeah, I think it's just a lot of our perceptions on how dating is supposed to go. We have this view of how a man's supposed to pursue a woman, or women shooting their shot. Can they do it? So it's all these convoluted things, and to me, I like sitting back watching it because it's chaotic to me, because everybody has their opinion and they're so sure about it. But I don't think it's a problem with someone being on Tinder or a dating site, because it's just like them using Twitter, honestly.
Yeah. Hold on. Can I put a joke if y'all don't mind? So Devin says, "What about farmers?"
I've never heard of farmers meat.
I ain't no farmer. Nor do I want one.
Devin Bradley, get on my nerves. So y'all met on farmers meat.
I've never heard of that. I'm gonna get on it tonight, though.
Somebody said
see what it's about.
On a dating site, and they've been together for 10 years. I know somebody who met on Match.com. My mom's sister and her husband, they met on Match.com. They've been married for a couple years now. But I can't do it.
You can meet some good people on dating sites. It's just about intentions and knowing how to weed out stuff. If you don't know how to weed out stuff, you're going to go through it. But ain't no problem with dating site. I met somebody on dating site. We dated for a year. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, you can meet good people, but you're gonna meet a lot of weird people too.
Oh,
you're gonna have that good and you got that bad.
Shout out to my godmama Sherry. She watching on live.
Nah, shout out.
I love her. I mean, last time we talked about, and it was funny because both Bree and Kayla had us rolling on the floor talking about, going on a date, and if an old dude doesn't have any money or expectations. So when from shooting your shot, would you win timetable on going on a date?
You said what's what?
Like, okay, so someone shoots a shot at you and y'all talking. When is a good timetable for them to ask you out?
I don't know.
Whenever they
come on,
ask
ladies.
me out.
Yeah, don't. You're not about to stop me up with what you're doing every day for a month. Like at some point, we're gonna have to go out. So whenever he feel comfortable, I guess it ain't about to be like no 2-3 months of just texting. I'm gonna stop texting you.
Oh mercy.
Whenever you feel like you want to take me out,
My
and I'm
prayer
driving
tonight.
myself.
Yeah, you're not picking me up.
No, because you will not. You might be crazy. I don't know that. I drive myself. I'll meet you there.
My prayer tonight is that
we go to
God.
Chick-fil-A.
Nah, I don't mind Chick-fil-A. I'm sorry.
What if he said what?
right.
Chick-fil-A.
You're not being realistic. You
What?
That's the date.
Are you gonna hit up a girl and be like, let's go on a date and then put up Chick-fil-A? That's not.
See, it depends on the type of girl
that
you. It depends on the type of.
Christian, how do you feel?
Not the first date. You're not taking her going to Chick-fil-A first date. The very first.
Christian, how
That
you feel
says a lot about
Chick-fil-A?
that man. If that man is comfortable on the first date to take someone to Chick-fil-A, or that, hey, do you? I guess.
I don't think the first date.
If that was me, that would be the last time we ever talked. God bless you, man of God.
Like the very first day, Chick-fil-A. Come on now.
What if that's all he can afford?
Then don't take me out.
He needs to not be dating. You need to go check on your financial situation. Bless you.
Go back in the accountant.
So you want a $200 date?
I didn't say that.
Right.
Chick-fil-A?
Well, you showed on a $20 date.
Now, Chick-fil-A.
Hey, she don't want a $20 date, but she don't want a $200 date.
The first date you're taking me to
They close
Chick-fil-A.
on
Like, come on
Sundays.
now.
I mean, it's like taking you to the movies.
It's not.
Chick-fil-A is the movies?
You go to the movies every day?
I think.
So it's the thought behind it. Okay, let's switch the conversation. So it's the thought. It is the thought behind the date. So you want someone that put their heart and mind and soul into it. Because I thought we were just talking about money, because that's what we were talking about last time. Last time we talked about money. Am I right?
He doesn't have to.
Money is important.
Yes. I mean,
Money is important. We're not gonna knock
Yes.
that. So now, Joe, you should have posed the question in a way of the thoughtfulness into the date. Meaning,
Okay,
you know,
so
are
let me
y'all taking a
rewind.
girl on a first date to Chick-fil-A? Are y'all doing it?
no,
Listen, I'm speaking
but
for some,
I'm more creative than
some
that.
people who are saved. Come on. There may be some people, I'm not gonna say all, because a lot of people like to say all, that may think, okay, it's cute to invite somebody to go to Chick-fil-A from shooting the shot.
How old are they?
That's fair too.
We don't know.
That's fair
No,
too.
I'm being so serious.
It may be
right now.
somebody that's watching right now.
If you
I mean,
would you would accept a Chick-fil-A date, say I.
Oh my Lord.
The very first date.
This is gonna
Lord,
get bad. This is gonna get bad tonight. I
Ain't
feel
nobody
this in my
saying
spirit.
Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
No,
I think if you don't, I think if we're going back to money and you don't have a lot, you should maybe do something that's more thoughtful that costs less than
Thank
saying
you.
I'm financially
Okay.
going to do.
See, I like the way she
Chick-fil-A.
put that. I like the way she put it.
But I'm not coming to your house.
Listen, look. Hold on a second. But before everybody started attacking me on my Facebook, first off, I was just giving a scenario. I would never take nobody out to Chick-fil-A. Listen, that was just a thought. I was just trying to throw something out there. So before y'all come at
Wait,
my
but who
neck,
coming from
I
my
was
D?
just
Who
saying
coming from my
something so
line,
we can
brother?
have a
Though.
conversation.
We
Amen.
thought about it. That's
Hallelujah.
bad.
Don't. First of all, everybody in them comments, you better get up off my 5. Let's just start there. Because if my 5 want to
It
take
was
somebody
just-
to
it was
Chick-fil-A,
just
y'all better be
talk.
glad they can get something to eat.
What?
You can take Joe, if you want to take somebody to Chick-fil-A, you can.
No, I ain't taking nobody to Chick-fil-A. Some people think like that. That's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to give it.
All right, well,
play
let's
from
talk about
all
the man
fields.
that's coming out of COVID. He don't have a job, or he got furloughed, laid off, and he still want to take somebody out new. He can't take nobody for a 4-piece strip, a well done fry, and on
Did he have a
Arnold
job
Palmer.
before COVID?
Why are you playing so much?
Oh, okay. I'm just saying.
Wait, hold on.
Ooh, I'm playing devil's advocate tonight.
Joe, he out of line.
Hold on. Someone said if they can't appreciate Chick-fil-A, then why should they take you to XO Steakhouse?
I appreciate Chick-fil-A with my
Oh,
with my
Lord.
8-year-old.
You and that 8-year, you getting on my nerves.
Get off my
She
nephew.
brought the baby. Yeah, she brought the baby up last week, and I told
I
you
don't ask
stop
for
doing
nothing
that.
I cannot provide for myself. I just feel like
Yeah.
first of all, you have to know who you asking out, the type of woman that you are talking to. This is why you get to know people before you go out with them. Just a smidge, just a little bit, to know. Okay, like she'll be cool with this, or she won't be cool with that. If you don't have the money for that first date, okay, let's go to the lake. We can walk around. We can talk. We can do something of that nature. I'm not trying to break your bank.
Right.
But then
I
another
think it's
problem
what Kate
is
just said.
men coming to your DMs acting like they got it like that. And now you want to take me to Chick-fil-A.
What about women jumping in men's DMs?
We're not talking about
Ooh.
that yet.
No, let's talk about it
We're
now.
talking about what
I don't
Kayla
jump in
said.
there.
For the first date,
Let's talk about women in men's DMs, and let's talk about
Let's
the
go
lack of
there.
women that pay for anything. Devil's advocate, I'm coming out.
But
What do
women
you say?
I'm saying I don't pay for
Remember, like what I told y'all last week about my haircut,
No, you said you
Kayla?
want to pay for it.
Yeah, where's our haircuts at?
When you my man. I'm not just out here paying for haircuts. The hell?
Okay.
I'm just not out here paying for
Hold
haircuts.
on.
How we get on haircuts? We talking about dating.
Because we talking about
That's
women
not a
coming
date.
for men. We talking about women coming to men. Women coming and
So
trying
now
what
to jump
about
on
women
men.
in the DMs.
Yeah, let's
Well,
talk about
women
women
in
in the
DMs
DMs.
too.
Somebody DM.
Who? Okay, let's go around. B
Boy,
Money, you been in some DMs?
Robert Morris is one of the best steakhouses. It's better than Ruth Chris.
No. Christian Joy, have you ever been in a DM?
Yes, sir.
All right, Kayla, have you ever been in a DM?
I have DM.
Have you been in a DM? Yes or no?
You like DM somebody first?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. B Money, have you ever jumped in somebody's DM?
No.
Okay, let's go back to Christian Joy and Kayla. And what did that conversation look like?
You said what?
What did the conversation look like when you jumped in somebody's DM? How did you greet with a holy kiss on a hello?
I probably
What was your greeting like? You said greetings?
I said I probably responded to their story first and then responded. Then I was like, just like,
have you ever initiated the conversation? How did it go?
I'm telling you. Can you hear me?
I can barely hear you. Okay, so tell me how the conversation went. How did you greet them? How did you?
The first initial contact was just responding to their story. And then after that, after I responded back, it was like, how are you? I introduced myself. Like, what's up?
Oh. Dr. Joy?
First of all, I'm kind of in the middle here. So I don't just normally jump into folks' DMs. That's not me. But if you're a special person, I might help you out. I might open the door to the conversation.
Give them the alley-oop.
That's it. And it's on you to what you gonna do with it. So yeah. So
somebody said they're not sliding in DMs. Okay.
So I may respond to their story, or I might just, hey, but not at no midnight. That's what men do. Because women don't cheat.
Men, hold on.
Oh Lord, here we go.
That's another conversation. We're not gonna go.
No.
So basically, that's what I do. So I don't do it often, but if I really see something, I might start the conversation, but it's up to whoever I'm talking to, continue it.
Dr. Joy, got a question from Jasmine Pope. She said, is there a difference between a first date and a first meetup?
There is a difference, I would say. And that's really smart. Because when we were talking about the whole Chick-fil-A scenario, the more I thought about it, it doesn't seem as bad if you're just meeting. So that can be someone who maybe was online dating or something like that, and you literally just want to say, I want to know you're a real person and I'm not being catfished. And it's so
Chick-fil-A is good for that.
That is not what I said.
I know that's a question.
What I'm saying is,
is that okay?
For a meetup, it should be okay.
I think I can see someone saying, let's just meet here. We're not eating. This isn't an official date. We're just meeting. I can see someone saying that. Would I go for that? I personally wouldn't, but I can see someone doing that. Now, a first date, you're trying to impress that person. You're trying to make a memory, in their head about you. You're trying to make an impression. I don't think Chick-fil-A is the place to do that. So on that first date, I think, it should be you're bringing your best self. What you're offering, you're bringing your best self to the table.
So my first date should be a nice, fancy, thought out, or anything of that magnitude. Okay.
Just well thought out, at least.
Kofi, I ain't heard from you.
I'm just listening.
I hear you.
It's good to be alive tonight.
So let me let's shift the conversation because it goes straight into expectations. So if you guys want to come around, and I'll get to mine later. So what are your expectations? You already talked about what are your expectations, on a date or on a meetup. So when I guess maybe before when they shoot their shot, or maybe when you guys get to know each other, what are your expectations? Like what are you expecting? I guess from your perspective.
Is this geared towards the women, or?
Yeah, it's geared toward. I mean, because
yeah. I thought we were talking about everybody, so y'all go ahead.
Right.
We've been talking a lot.
What's your expectation?
What are y'all expecting?
I think here's the thing. We have to establish if how a woman would feel initiating conversation with a man. A lot of women feel like they aren't supposed to shoot their shot. It's up to them to remain hidden in Christ until the man comes and finds them there and says, "Hey, I want to jump in your whatever for whatever reason to come and pursue them." So like, there's a lot of women that have that mindset, and we can say purity culture has a lot to do with that. But a lot of women have that mindset, so it's very uncommon to hear about a Christian woman shooting their shot at the man because they feel like they're not supposed to. That's the man's job. So that's why I was like, is this question geared towards the women? Because I don't know where y'all stand on that, but I know a lot of women feel like men are supposed to be the initiators of that.
So are you opposed to a woman shooting her shot to you?
I can't hear you. I haven't heard you the whole time I've been in here.
She said, "Are you opposed to a woman shooting her shot at you?"
Am I opposed? It depends. I guess how she comes. If she's like, hey, whatever, we're talking and trying to get to know each other, I mean, that's fine. But I'm not really like offended if it happens. Because I mean, I don't know where y'all stand, because I know a lot of people use the story of Ruth and Boaz as a foundation to whether a man or woman pursues. And I'm just going to say that I don't think a lot of people really understand that story, like what really went down. When you really look at it, you will see that Ruth was the one that pursued Boaz and not the other way around. But
I'm talking about him. Tell him I said
Boaz didn't want Ruth.
She said we're talking about you though. What would you be opposed to it?
I did answer that at the beginning, didn't I?
He said no, he wouldn't. He wouldn't be offended if you slid in his DM.
It all depends. If they're like, if they're cool about it, or if they're raunchy, I'm like, yo, you gotta back up. But if they're just like they talking or whatever, I'm like, it's fine. I don't really get too offended. But
what about you, Reverend Chris?
Nope, don't care.
Oh,
say hello.
They wide open, huh? Everybody DM.
I mean, because I stand by the thought that we're very antisocial on social media. And so, I mean, I've made a lot of friends on social media, and before I get into a relationship, I try my best to make a friendship out of it. And then if it goes into that, then it's better for me. I like to be in a relationship with my friend. So when somebody DM me, they probably, and I've seen, I agree with you all when you all say people start conversation from Insta story, because it's happened to me multiple times, and you grow into something amazing. It probably not a relationship, but it can't grow from there. So no, I'm not opposed to somebody DMing me. But now, if a woman proposed to me, I don't know if I can take that. I just can't take that. I just can't do that. No, we just gonna talk. Yes. Ooh. And it's becoming hotter and hotter. I remember I posted on Instagram like 2013, 14, like, look at this crap. But shoot, these days, women are bowing down on bended knee.
I didn't know that was
no, I'm not with that one.
I've never heard of that.
I will never.
Really? Look on the internet. It's out there.
I will never.
My grandma said it's on the internet.
Never ever.
I didn't know that was a thing. I thought it was just like a hypothetical.
It seemed like to me she asked the question. She said, if a man doesn't shoot his shot, does that mean he's not interested? No, not necessarily.
That's not true.
A lot of men are nervous or shy, and like when I was talking about purity culture and a lot of things, a lot of women have set this aura about themselves that makes them unapproachable. And so men are afraid to approach certain women. So if they don't shoot their shot, that don't mean that they're not interested. They're either just trying to figure you out, or they just think that you're just one of them unapproachable type of women and they're scared to talk to you. So
some men don't have game either.
I've heard that too. I've heard that too. A lot of women get mad about how corny some Christian guys are. So yeah,
not just Christian guys in general.
Right. But yeah,
and I think some guys. I think guys in general, and I think some guys they're asking their friends how to go about it. You know, if they're nervous, if they're
I think she's saying, good grief.
Leave the room and come back. Come back in the room.
Can you go out and come back in, or should I go out and come back in?
Maybe you should try it.
She said you
What
should
she say,
try.
y'all?
She said
said
you
you
should
should try it.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna try.
Okay. So what I was saying was there's some men who are nervous and they ask their friends, and their friends don't give them good advice because they're single too. And so I've experienced that too. Men just, and women do it too. I won't just say men, women do it too. We ask our friends, you know, how to necessarily go about shooting our shot, quote unquote, if we're going to do that.
So you feel like it's related? It's not related, but it is related. So do you feel like, for example, a person that's not married, they shouldn't be able to give somebody advice that's married?
No, I don't think that at all. I just think sometimes when we ask our friends, they don't necessarily give us the best advice about how to go about it because one, they don't know that person. And two, you know, anytime you ask a group of your friends, you don't always get the best advice, if we can be honest. Sometimes you do, but sometimes you don't.
Right. You gotta know who to ask.
No, the reason why I asked that because you said they're single too, and I'm like, oh, so she kind of feel like if you're not in a relationship, you can't give advice. So I was just curious. I know somebody.
I was just saying that's an indicator, though. If everybody in your friend group is single and they're giving you advice on how to get someone,
Okay. So let me let me share my testimony. So I'm not opposed to it, but I'm gonna share like a small testimony. I got a DM after I was done preaching. I was done preaching the word of God, and I got a DM, and it troubled me. They said the Lord told them that we were going to get married. Didn't know this person from Adam from Steve. Now, that ain't the same Lord I'm talking to, because the Lord ain't told me that. So, it was an up and down experience.
Did you?
But would I be opposed? No. You may have some horror stories, but I wouldn't be opposed to it at all.
I think if someone told you that, if they honestly told you that, I think you should tell them. You can't hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. I think if someone told you that, you need to tell them, well, pray and ask God to reveal the same to me, because he has not told me anything like that.
No. That's wild. That's wild. So let's talk about expectations now on, okay, so they shot their shot, y'all talking, and y'all about to get into a relationship, or before you get into a relationship. So for the women, what are you looking for in a man? Like, okay, once he shot a shot, like, what are you looking for? Because I know Kayla said she want him to have his stuff together, is like a job or something like that, not, having his own, not living with his mama's house and all that stuff. So what are the expectations you looking for, women, in men? I guess the shooting the shot. You can't hear me?
I can't hear Chris.
You can't hear Pastor. Not you. You know who we talking to.
I don't know.
Come on, what's your expectations? Y'all go first.
No, I can say y'all can say. Why sound so loud?
I can finally hear you when it's loud, but
what friend is it? Go first.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Kayla
Welcome
said
back.
that you can't be short to date her either.
She gotta be tall.
Yeah, Kayla said he got to be tall. That's what she said. I was just gonna put that on. I'm gonna put that on the brother moderator. We could put that in the minutes.
Yeah. So we talking about no midgets. Is what she said.
So at least
I don't discriminate. As long as you you be short.
That's
tall.
what she said. Moderator, that's what she said.
When did I
All
say?
right, put-
I said,
Well, that's one of her expectations.
I just don't want to date anybody who lives with their parents because unless they have like a super good reason. Because I don't live with myself. I don't want you always late about my house because we can't go to your house. I don't want that. And you have to have a job, a car.
He want to take you to his room.
I'm not.
We're not in high school no more.
At all.
Hey, mom, you gotta meet the mom.
Hey, mom, have a company tonight.
It's like, no, we're not doing that. I live by myself. You do by yourself. Well, I guess you can. I don't know. The roommate thing a little tricky too. That's like my baseline. I don't know.
That's it.
I'm not dating right now, so I can't speak. I'm not.
Go ahead, Christian.
Well, I think he should bring to the table at least what I'm bringing, and that is some form of finance. You know, you can't not have a job. That's not going to work for me where I'm at. If you've lost your job, all of those are situational situations. But I think you definitely need to have a job. So we're just talking about expectations or what we're looking for in a man.
Yes.
Okay. What I'm looking for. I'm not so much stuck on anymore about he has to be this tall, this height, he has to be this color skin. I'm not there anymore. Because I've seen people really surprise me who don't necessarily look like what I thought I wanted. And I saw this and it blessed me. Ooh, it blessed me. It said, sometimes when you get what you're looking for, they make you change altogether what you thought you wanted because they're that bad. They're that awful. And they treated you a certain type of way. So I think I'm attracted to what you make me feel like, how we are together, your relationship with God. And I think for me, where I am now, whoever I am, willing to date, they need to be in ministry because so some people in church, they're okay with whoever they're dating just to show up, right? You show up, you go home, and that's your relationship with God. But for me, I need something more than that. That's just me. That's my expectations, I guess.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Brianna?
Oh, it's my turn. I want to put a disclaimer out for everybody first. That when you are creating expectations and standards, make sure that they are realistic to who you are. Because you can't ask for a man to make this much money. He got to drive this, he got to do that, and you on the bus and you work at McDonald's. Like that just don't go together. But for me, I used to have very elaborate expectations. I did. Christian knows. But I have dialed back a lot. For me, your relationship with God is important. I don't want to be with somebody that plays church because we done playing church. It's about your relationship and me seeing that you have a relationship and not just that relationship on Sunday or not just a relationship when you at Bible study, but every day. I need somebody who is clearly family oriented because I have a child. So that's very important. With me going into, if you make that decision to date me, like you have to know off top, I am a package deal. So that has to be something you have to be okay with. And if you're not okay with it, which a lot of men aren't, that's fine. That means you're not for me. Like Kayla said, I need you to have that job. I need you to have your own place unless something tragic is happening and whatever the case may be. A car. You don't have to be the finest thing out there, but as long as you fine to me, we good. Because other people think you ugly, but if I can look at you and I'm like, he fine, then we good. That's all that matters to me. But I don't have like a list of he need to do this, he need to do that. No, just be you. My biggest expectation is for you to be you. Be who you are, because I'm gonna be who I am, and I want you to love me for me, and I'm gonna love you for you regardless.
It's a good question in the comment.
I'm about to pull up now.
She said,
What makes us dial back on expectations?
fear of what other people will say.
I think growing up too, there's a level of when you mature, your expectations should change. Because what you wanted in high school shouldn't be what you want in your late 20s.
What's the
I
other part
agree.
of the question? Is there supervision on the first place?
I think too, like ladies were saying, we outgrow the things that we want, and then there's also the element of people are settling, and they're desperate to get married. So any person that shows interest in them, they'll get with, because they don't want to be alone. They're tired of being alone, so they lower the bar more and more. I think it's good to have expectations. Some of us have extremely high expectations, but I mean, if you know your worth and what you want and what you deserve, then stick to that. You shouldn't just get with someone because you're lonely. That's horrible. You're actually sentencing yourself to a life of misery. So don't do that. If that's just my opinion. Just if you can't find anybody that you're gonna vibe with, then don't get in a relationship at all just because you're unhappy, or you're gonna be unhappy, but don't get in one because you're lonely.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Okay, so man, what are your expectations?
Good question.
Anybody else? Is that it?
Well, I think that people's expectations can dial back when they realize what they can't bring to the. I think a lot of people have high expectations, but they don't bring much to the table, and I think that I don't know. I'm just playing devil's advocate as much as I can. That can cause one to be like, okay, let me reevaluate, because you can warrant a table, but you may not have the capacity for the table. I think a lot of people ask for a lot of things that they're really not ready for. And it looks good, but can you actually handle that capacity? And it goes back to what Christian said. She desires someone to be in ministry, and she may be able to handle that. But then there may be someone else that can't handle her strength in doing so. But they desire all of that, and so I think it has to go hand in what we desire and what we can handle.
That's good. That's good. That's good. So wrapping up, as I see the time is you said I can't hear you. You said what?
We said our expectations, but y'all didn't answer.
She wants to know what y'all expectations are.
Oh. Go, brethren, please go ahead.
Kofi, you start first.
I'm about to be a monk, so I don't got no expectations. I'm joining a monastery.
That's
not
what he called me to.
Hey, live that life.
I knew the Lord. One of my love languages is physical touch and quality time.
Oh, praise God.
I'm joking. I'm not about to be a monk.
When the Bible says it's not good for man to be alone, that's me.
That was you?
Right? Christian.
Yes.
That was me. Okay.
That's his expectation.
You got to know yourself. When you're dating, you got to know you.
I got to know me. I need you to talk to me. I need you to look at me. I need to look at you. I need to talk to you. Church, somebody on this thing say amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Y'all type it in the comments.
And we thank the Lord for that. All right, what are my expectations? I want somebody that's going to get it for themselves. I've been lenient on where people are because I've seen people become. It has been detrimental, but it has been good as well. So yeah, somebody's going to get it on their way somewhere. A lot of people have a lot of purpose, but they just don't have a push.
And so I don't think we could discredit some people. And potential is a very iffy thing to date with. But some people do have potential. And I think that on a more serious note, we have to look at that. People may not have it all when we meet them. And I could be doing theological malpractice, but God calls us to be healthy in whatever capacity that may be. And I do understand of being equally yoked. But I think we can cut some people off that can become some great things because of our expectations and things like that. And I pray I'm not that deep, but what was that twin Tia? Her husband was an actor. What was it? The sister? I'm not sure of the names, but her husband, when they were meeting, he was a struggling actor. Something like that. Y'all don't know who I'm talking about?
We do.
That's her. And so they got together. He didn't have much. He became something. And I'm not just saying that for men, but even women as well. I think we need to leave that door open for people that and follow. I think that comes into following God. So that's my expectation. Somebody that's doing something. Now, if you make $100,000, that's good. But if you are starting that business out, I want to be the one that supports you, or you're in school or whatever that looks like. I want to be that support.
All right. So before I say mine, I got this question from Periscope from Mia Noel. She says, "When do you know to leave potential alone? Is there a time frame?"
That's a good one.
I don't think there
Good
is a time
question.
frame.
I think when you're not producing anything.
Yeah, if they're stagnant.
I don't think it's fair either for anyone to sign up for a project when they wanted a partner. So if that's what you have, you need to leave that alone.
Yeah, and if
I agree.
And if they go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay. No, I was just going to piggyback on what you said. I was saying that if the person has like no drive, they're not making any changes, they're not actually making progress or even trying, then you can probably like, you know what, they're not trying to do anything. So then you shouldn't waste your time anymore because they're not trying to live up to their potential. Now, if a person's trying and they're there's constantly setbacks, whatever, or they're not going as fast as you like, then you have to question yourself how committed you are to this person. But I think that if a person is trying, then you give them that room and that grace. But if they're not trying, then you probably need to be like, all right, boom. Then in that aspect, there should be a time frame if they haven't made any honest and gains towards their goals.
Yeah.
So I do agree with.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead, Chris.
Somebody said it on that dating potential is dangerous to date with. I do agree, but I disagree because all of us are either in the wind of potential or products of potential. So I think that we have to have a heart or ear for that we didn't become without some assistance, and somebody loved us until. And I know, I agree. I do agree with the notion that it is somewhat. It's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice on one side because you have to give a lot to get that person to where they are. But again, that's what Christ did for us. Oh Lord, I feel a preach coming up. That's what it is. That's really what it is. We were all lost in potential, and we're still potential, and He's still walking with us. And I think that's a disservice for us not to show relational discipleship to others that are becoming and on their way. But again, you do need to know when to stop because there are some people that are just, they're entrepreneurs by vision, but not by work. And so if you laying in the bed till 5 o'clock in the evening every day, now we just need to talk, But if you see that person pushing, you may be the only push that they have behind them. So.
That's good.
It's quiet in this church tonight. Yeah. I think I felt good there for us.
Let's leave right there. Let that tarry.
I think I agree with what you said, but I also think too, if a man or a woman is dating someone and they're still in the potential phase for a long period of time, they need to examine that person. Why are you still stagnant? Why has nothing changed with you? There may be some things underlying that you need to look at, because I really believe that God doesn't give us, like I said, projects. Partnership is what we want. And if that's the desire of your heart and God knows that, why would he give you a project?
Nah, I'm liking
It's
this
quiet
conversation
now.
now.
Yeah.
Now I like this. Well, okay. So why would God give you a project? What if you were called to give them something that only you could give?
If you're called to that, that's different. But if that's not what's in you and that's not the desire of your heart, and that's what you're presented with, then you need to ask who presented you with that, because that's probably not God. And you need to get out of that.
Here's the thing about the whole desires of my heart thing. And my perspective is that a lot of times we do desire certain things, correct? But then there's also times when Jesus said, if how God is a good father, right? And if a son asks his father for a loaf of bread, he's going to give him a stone. Or if he asks for a fish, he's going to give him a snake. With that being said, I truly believe that there are times where we may desire something, but that it may be a snake. You know what I mean? So it may be something detrimental. We may think it's something that we want, but then God's like, this is what you actually need. And I believe that I do agree that we are supposed to have partners, but I do leave room to where, like, the brother said, the preacher said that, sometimes God may have us come into somebody's life that where, we build that stronger partnership because we're the one that believes in them. We're the one that helps push them to achieve that vision. And there are some people out there that need that. And I'm not saying this was the case with Barack and Michelle, but I mean, that was kind of what happened with them, to where, they had the vision of Barack being president one day, and she was there to help him reach that goal. And I just think that there are instances in our lives where, some people's lives are charted that way, to where they have someone come along and say, okay, I know you, it may take some work, but I'm gonna help you get to where you need to be. And they should be doing the same thing to them. It should be a partnership, and not them only being the one not reciprocating, but receiving the help. But that's just my perspective on it. I just think that a lot of times when we want something, God doesn't give it to us because it's actually detrimental to what we want, and we may not realize it.
I agree with that. Sophie. I agree with that. I just think pushing someone to be better is what we should be aiming towards. But if we have to drag them to better, that's where I have a problem. I just don't believe that that's what we should be doing. But I definitely agree. We should push whoever we're with to be better, the best version of them.
Listen, I hope you guys are loving this conversation. We went definitely over our time. Let us know that this was a wonderful look. I enjoyed myself in this conversation. Y'all, listen, I'm thinking that we need to save this for next time. Talking about, look, someone said on Periscope, we should do this for next one. The difference between an assignment versus a partner. Y'all down with that, or y'all want to do something else?
That's cool.
That's good.
If y'all have me, I'll be back.
Yeah, we gonna be back. We gonna make it work. So again, thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all all on the panel. I love all of you guys already. Listen, y'all were fun. This was awesome. And again, make sure you invite, share, tag somebody, let them know that we will be doing Saved, Sanctified, and Single on Facebook, Instagram, and Periscope. Until then, we love you, and we'll see you till then. Peace.
Later.